Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, and she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone be blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might be coming at it. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, and you know what's next, stay. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a false star, baby. Packing out to see this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her, work that mouth.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Yeah, feel like John Moran. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Moran. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now. Told him on the lay. I've been moving dog. Yeah, I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk. Don't care what they say. I don't got no patience. I can't ever wait. I've been trying to get it. Running up all these digits. And I've been in the gym. I've been up doing minutes. I just put in that work. Told them it's strictly business. And I see through the face. They all just burning bridges. Feel like John Moran. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Moran. Need a triple double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Yeah, they don't want it done like I want it, dog. Yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off. I've been going down the list, checking numbers off. I was checking on your numbers, told them something's off. I was at the bottom, now you know I'm climbing. Now they sending deals, they know I ain't signing. They been trying to sell it, they know I ain't buying. When they send a text, dog, I ain't replying. Feel like John Moran, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Moran, need a triple double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right. I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life. I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. Guys, and Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a pump to the upside. Are we about to break out to all-time highs? Are we going to see those beautiful numbers coming up here very soon? Or is this just going to be another bull trap? I don't know who said it. Somebody said it in the chat. This feels like a big bull trap. We're going to be breaking down the charts for you guys, taking a look at some key signals that I have my eye on to try to figure out if we're going to get that bigger breakout or if this is just going to be an just like a big bull flag, just like a big fake out or bull trap for a bigger move to the downside. Hopefully we could just get that move up, guys. We still have a couple days left here in October, and we got the elections coming up. We got a lot of stuff coming up, and things are probably going to get crazy one way or another. And we are approaching that very key level of resistance, which is our macro value area high. We have not come up to tap this level since about July 29th is what I see here on the chart. And are we potentially putting in the same signals we put in July before the push back down to the bottom of the range? I'm going to break down everything for you guys. We're going to look at those upper targets. Hopefully we can break out to all-time highs. I'll show you which levels I'm looking at next, and then we'll break down those lower time frames, and I'll talk about kind of what I'm looking at if we are going to get a pullback. I'll show you guys kind of what I'm looking at for that and how deep we can go. Still not bearish here. Like, obviously, we pumped today. But, yeah, even if we get these bearish confirmations at the high of the range here, guys, still not necessarily going to be looking at zero because things are bullish, right? Like, we're in an uptrend. That bullish market structure on the daily is still bullish, which made us kind of continue to look for these higher prices. And it's been working out pretty well recently, so we're not going to change our plan here. So shout out to the Candle Mafia. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here with us. Let's see who we got in here. Shout out to the mods, guys. We got Rob the Crypto Snob, I almost shouted out Rob twice. Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon, Tyler Durden, Captain Kirk, Crypto Anon, Chemistry Bro. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. And let's see. We got Nirvana in the chat. What is going on, bro? Wayne C, Bitman. We got Mads and Lizzie. What is going on? We got Shirley Sound. B-Rad Crypto. I think I saw up there earlier. We got Hodl Crypto. Let's see. Bada boom. We got Junior. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. And we got Michael King said, I pinned your comment, bro. He said, Frankie is legit taking my trading to the next level. That is so good to hear, bro. We come up here and give this free sauce every single day, and I'm glad there's a lot of you guys out there taking advantage of it. The Mafia's out there learning, and a lot of you guys are putting this stuff into practice and actually making more money. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate every single one of you, and yeah, smash that like button if you guys have not already. We're going for 850 likes. If we hit 850 likes, I don't know what we're going to give away, but we're going to give away something good. We'll give away something good. Maybe we'll take a poll, see what kind of crypto you guys want. We'll see. We'll make it worth it for you. So smash up that like button. 850 is the goal. And without further ado, is Bitcoin going to dump, or are we going to rip off to all-time highs? We're going to figure it out right now. Let's go ahead and get on into the charts. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys. Here we are on the Bitcoin chart. Yo, shout out to Michael S. I call this channel school. Shout out to you, bro. Welcome to Frankie Candles University. But let's go ahead and take a look here, guys. Now, obviously, we have our larger high time frame range here, and this is obviously the range we've been in for 7 months. I'm absolutely sick of looking at this range, guys. We have been in this for so long. I mean, what is this in terms of days here? 243 days of just straight sideways price action. This is absolutely brutal. Not a fan of this, guys. Hopefully we could just get out here and break off into all-time highs. And obviously, guys, this major range was able to help us find this higher low where we did take a long in the premium Discord up into that POC. And as long as we remain above this POC here, guys, at $67,000, this has been the most important level within the range here, because as long as we remain above this POC, guys, that is what kept our door open into tap this macro value area high. And what happens, we actually did take the short here as well into the POC, and then we actually got a dump, guys. We got some price action on the Frank Candles live stream on Friday, finally. Usually it waits for me to walk away, and then price decides to do something. But we actually got the dump on Friday during the live stream, which was pretty exciting. But we took the short here. We took a little scalp long here. And then we did we take another short here? Yeah. And then we found this lower high for another potential short setup. But, guys, unfortunately, the long that I was in down here from about 65,700 was my actual entry. I actually did get stopped out in profit on that trade during that live stream dump. So I am no longer in that trade, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to capitalize on the rest of that move, but it's no big deal, guys. We don't care about the missed moves, because if we miss one, there's always another opportunity on the chart to catch a scalp, to catch a swing, to make more money. It is not about catching that next big move and looking to hold it up to 100K, right? I've tried to do that in the past. We were in a long from $30,000. Was it 30? I think it was $30,000 or $40,000. Looking to take that up for the meme to 100K, but Big X closed my position because their KYC changes. But anyway, with that being said, guys, obviously, we are approaching this next key level of resistance, which is at that macro value area high, sitting at about $70,150. And we were looking in the premium Discord saying, hey, maybe this is going to be that next move. We do have liquidity sitting up here as well. And just based off the laws of the volume profile, guys, you flip the value area low to support. You look to come up to the POC. The POC does act as a magnet for price, and sometimes you do bing bong around it a little bit before coming up and actually tapping the level, as you can see back here. And I'm actually going to bring up this area of price action in just a second to compare it to this. But yeah, above that POC, we see that move right up to our next target, which is that value area high. Now, are we going to be able to break out of here and sweep some of the liquidity we have sitting above, creeping up into those all-time highs, guys? Now, I'm going to talk about the actual levels that we have up here, but, just over the in the grand scheme of things, we're approaching that value area high. And, this is a very important level, not only to be aware that we have the liquidity above, which could give us a push above this level, but we also want to be very careful because every other time we approach this level, we have gotten very big dumps to the downside. And just because we dumped here, and technically here the volume profile was obviously a bit different back then, but although we've gotten these dumps, this does not mean that we are automatically going to dump from here, but I will tell you this. If we are going to wind up seeing these bearish confirmations up here, and we are looking like we're going to pull back, just like here and just like here, I will be giving you the raw analysis, no emotion, no hopium. But we'll give you some hopium for fun. But if we start seeing those bearish confirmations, and again, it is looking similar to this, I'm not saying we're going to dump. We're going to cover it more in detail in just a second, but I will be the first person to tell you. Opinion-free data. I tell you what I read on the charts. I'm just the messenger here, giving you guys the analysis. It has worked out absolutely beautifully here on the live stream and in the premium Discord. Oh, shout out to Jason Casper. Shout out to Jason, bro. Thank you so much for the super chat. He said, what a day. What a day. Shout out to Jason Casper. Yeah, we got that big old pump to the upside. Jason, let me know what you're thinking in the chat. Do you think we are ready to blast off into all-time highs? I'll be honest, man. I am hoping that we get that pullback. Back over here, I was kind of hoping for lower prices. I was open and happy to see those come in to pick up some more spot. But at this point, we got the elections coming up. We got October at hand here. I'm just ready to rip up. But that does not mean that, guys, the information on the chart, if the information on the chart does not call for that, I am not going to call for it. But, I would just really, really like to come up here. That would be very, very nice. But let's break it down. We are approaching that key level of resistance, guys. I am not FOMO longing, right? We were in that long down here from 65.7, but I am not FOMOing in here. This is not how I personally like to trade. If you don't find an entry on a higher low or something like that, and we'll talk about that when we break down the lower time frames, but not FOMOing long just yet. I got stopped out. I'm happy to see that move go up because I will catch, if we keep coming up, I will catch the short or I will wait for a retracement to catch the next long. But let's continue on, right? Major range remains exactly the same. No shocker here. We're above the PLC. Now about to see that value area high, hopefully. Now, if we break down the lower time frames, guys, actually, before we do that, I want to take a look here at, I'm actually going to, whoops. What the heck? I actually want to bring up, let me get rid of these volume profiles. I do want to keep up that major range for just a second, and I want to talk about Market Cipher B because we're seeing some interesting stuff here, guys. On the weekly time frame, money flow is continuing to the upside. This is not looking that bad, right? Money flow coming up nice and thick. You guys know we like that thick money flow, just like we like those thick double bottoms. But we are, this does not look too bad to me, right? Weekly money flow. Now, that VWAP is coming down, something you want to keep an eye on. But, continuing on here, our 4-day money flow, this is the only one that hasn't really shaped up just yet. As you guys know, back in the day, which is crazy to even think that we've been in this range for so long. Back in the day, as we were teetering around these value area lows, these money flow, this money flow trending down on these higher daily time frames were somewhat alarming, right? Because as you see that money flow trend down, this indicates the overall trend. And when you see something like this, if that money flow crossed over into the red on the 4-day, that would have called for a much bigger trend to the downside. And to be quite honest, like that money flow still doesn't look super great on the 4-day. But I'm going to give you a little bit of good news here. If we come up to the 3-day, this 3-day money flow, two things on this 3-day. The green dot has now printed, right? We had the red dot, but we got that VWAP flip where you get the red dot and the immediate green dot. And not only that, guys, but we got a nice tick up in this money flow. Now, this is another one of those big higher time frame signals that we were looking at to anticipate a potential bigger move to the downside. Because if this money flow didn't start getting back into the green, which we were hoping for, that could have indicated a much bigger downtrend to lower prices, where this was back when we were looking at, $47,000 to $40,000. But obviously, we had that money flow come back into the green, and this is nice, right? Because could this be a fake out into the green? Maybe. But it is nice to see this nice little extra pop up into the green here, because the higher up this comes, the better I am starting to feel about it. Because, over time with money flow, we don't really necessarily get super excited when you just come up locally like we did back here. And we actually looked at this before it actually happened. But You know, we don't really get excited over these like local pushes to the upside on money flow because money flow is more about the overall trend. And really what happened here was money flow just continued to trend out. We got another dump to the downside, another lower high, another dump down, and then we finally started to change to that bullish market structure where we find ourselves right now. So seeing this money flow crossing over into the green is definitely a good sign. And one of the reasons why I do think that the approach of this value area high is different than here and here, and I'm going to show how it's similar as well. But one thing that's different is we do have the fake out, or not the fake out, but we have the money flow crossing back into the green, which is very, very nice. On top of that, this is the first time that we've really had this where we have the market structure, at least on, if we pull up the 3-day here, the daily, this is something that we were looking at, which was making us anticipate this break of structure to the upside. Yeah, that change of character, making you look at the market in the form of lackluster pullbacks to put in higher lows and then break structure once again to the upside. And we actually did wind up getting that to happen. And now we are just kind of wiggling around here. Are we just going to be able to break out here, or are we going to get that bigger pullback? I'm going to talk about the bearish signs in a second if you guys don't already know what they are. But I will say we are still in that bullish market structure here on the daily, which is nice. And we haven't really had a clean trend like this on any of these other approaches into that value area high. And this was another one of those big things that was making us, bullish in the long term, even if we got that pullback down to 63,450. Can we get back down there? Maybe. Talk about that possibility as well. But even if we were able to come down a little bit more here to 64,350, let me see here. Yeah, 64K, 64,500 is kind of what I was looking at. But we were looking at this in the through the lens of higher lows to come in, lackluster pullbacks to put in higher lows, because not only do we have this key anchored VWAP, but we also had some very important Fibonacci levels. We have the golden pocket 786 sitting right in that zone, as well as our local. Let me see. Right here, we also had this previous value area with our value area high and 786. So even if we pull down here, still looking bullishly to the upside for a continuation up to the value area high and potentially beyond, even if we got that bigger pullback. Now, we didn't wind up getting that, at least just yet. But, this is part of the reason why we've been, longer term bullish, right? Just because that bullish market structure. We show it every single day. Shout out to LuxAlgo. They are a sponsor of the channel, guys, but they also make amazing indicators. If you want to check them out, link in the description down below. That is what you're seeing here. Mark out the market structure here. But yeah, we've been looking at this forever, right? And that's kind of what gave us those longer-term bullish goggles, which we still obviously have on here. So with that being said, what is kind of going on locally here? We already know that we're above that key level right here, macro value area low, sitting between 60,000 and 60,400. We put the higher low in. We got the move to the POC. We're holding above the POC, and now we're seeing that move to the value area high. The volume profiles just once again playing out in full. Absolutely beautiful here, right? But what are we likely to see here? Because are we just going to break out, come sweep that liquidity we have sitting above, or are we more likely to get a rejection back down into the range, or come up, sweep liquidity, and then come back down into the range, or are we just going to go up? These are the three options. Obviously, we can go up, and then down, or then, these are the three options that I'm looking at. And I'm going to break down kind of what I think is the most possible or more probable is Bitcoin pushing up right now, baby. Come on, baby. Hit that level, baby. Hit the value area high live on stream. Please, for the love of God, please do it right now. Do it right now. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. Said, love you, Frank. Good to see good people like Jason. Sharon, love it too. Shout out to you, bro. Hashtag Givers Gain. Shout out to Jason. Did Jason answer? Let me see here. There he is. Okay, let's see. Bada boom. I'm not going to be able to find this chat, am I? Bada boom, bada bing. I don't think so. But yeah, Jason, let me know what you're thinking in the chat. You think we're going to all-time highs? Let me know what you think in the chat, bro. And thank you for hanging out with us here. Let's see. My altar bleeding BTC dominance at its best. Yeah, shout out to Coin Watcher. Maybe we can take a look at the dominance in just a second. Let's see. Dump, please. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. But yeah, so let's talk about kind of what we're seeing happen here. Let's see if we can come up and hit this level while we're live here, guys. But let's go ahead, and I want to zoom in just a little bit here. Let's come on down. I'm going to take off that main range. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our local volume profile. Or no, actually, I'll keep up the main range here, right? So as we approach here, guys, are we going to get super, super excited on this move to the upside? Are we just going to break out and blast off? Well, there are some things that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Now, I am hoping for a breakout here, but there is one thing that I am looking at. As we approach these highs, guys, I will say, I am going to be very, very careful on this value area high. Reason number one is we were talking in the premium Discord earlier today about, kind of why we were anticipating a push up to this value area high. And it has to do with kind of front running those bearish divergences, right? And as we look at the 16-hour, as we look at the daily here, this does look like we could set up to put in a classic bearish divergence, right? With a lower high on our momentum waves, higher high on our price action. And kind of what we were looking at before price pumped this much was, hey, if we're going to get that lower high on our momentum waves and we're going to print that bear div, well, what are we going to need in that case, right? We're going to need that higher high on price, which would likely lead us into that value area high. But if we start to see this print as we interact with this level, now don't forget, guys, we have a ton of liquidity sitting above these levels. So if we start cracking this value area high, we may be able to see those squeezes to the upside, and I'll talk about those upper targets up here in a second. But when we have that liquidity sitting above, understand that as that liquidity gets taken, as the shorts get stopped out or liquidated, it will likely add buy pressure to the market, right? Giving us that extra push to the upside, and kind of giving you that big liquidation wick, like to the upside, right? We see these on the way down as well. Big liquidation wick as all those longs start to get stopped out and liquidated. It creates market sell pressure in the market, giving you those big liquidation wicks. And if we are able to see those wicks push us up, liquidate those shorts, and get us that big push to the upside, this is the next target I'm looking at. And again, I'll give you those levels in just a minute. But we have to be careful, guys, because if we do wind up, and we have to reassess the situation if we see that happen, right? It's not just if we hit this level, I'm instantly going to short this thing to zero. And even if I were to short it, I wouldn't be looking that deep. But we have to wait for price action to develop here and look for the actual confirmations. What happens to the liquidity when we get up here? And are we going to see the sweep, or are we just going to get pushed up to higher prices? And in my opinion, if we print that bear div on the daily, this is something we have to at least keep in mind, right? And again, the lower time frames, if we get the sweep of liquidity up here, this is something that we'll look for entry triggers on the lower time frames. We look for those entry triggers on the lower time frames to begin with, right? Or to start with, right? And then if that price starts to come down, we can come back to the daily, see if that daily bear div is printing. And then if we see that printing, that's kind of where we can expect the bigger pullback, either down to the POC. If we lose the POC, then we could simply look a little bit lower. But hopefully, we can just get that breakout. But I will not be able to say that with confidence until we actually come in and interact with that liquidity. And this is looking somewhat similar to what we had happen back here, right? We got that big run up into that value area high, higher highs on our price action, lower highs on our momentum waves, and then we wound up getting the bigger dump to the downside. Now, again, I wouldn't necessarily anticipate something that dramatic, but just to kind of show the power, it's a very similar situation, right? We came up, we put the higher highs in, we got the daily bear div, we got the push to the downside. So definitely something I'm going to be keeping an eye on. If we can invalidate that, that's what we're going to need to absolutely just blast off to all-time highs. If we're just going to see that moon candle where we're just going to absolutely yeet off, we can't really have that play out. But we're going to keep an eye on it, and I'll keep you guys updated with the market updates and the live streams as price action develops. But that is what we're looking at here. Now, on top of that, if you're looking at the 12 and the 16 hour, if we're trying to front run that signal, we can start off here on the 12 hour and the 16-hour, right? Because we're putting those higher highs in to that key level of resistance. And if we print the bear div on the daily, it's probably going to pop up on the 16 and 12-hour first. So these are the signals I will be looking for, on top of the fact that we do have that liquidity sitting above, right? I'll pull up the liquidation heat map really quick. And let me pull up so on the 1 month here, you guys can see we've already swept a bit of liquidity already, right? But are we going to get the pullback from there, or are we going to go sweep the high liquidity? And in my opinion, I will say, if we pull up a lower time frame, we still have this upper liquidity sitting here, getting closer to that $70,000 level. I would really, really like to see the technical level hit here. And maybe we're going to push up live. We're trying. It's trying. It's squeezing up there. It's trying to hit that level. But yeah, value area high, again, $70,162, on top of the fact that we do have that liquidity still sitting up there, and even on the higher time frames, right? Lots of liquidity sitting up here. So I would really like to see price come up there, see how we react. Are we going to see that liquidity sweep? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we'll see it live on the live stream. Hopefully. That would be nice. If we can get some action here on the Frank Candles live stream, I would greatly appreciate it. Satoshi, where's Golden? Golden, make a call to Satoshi real quick. Get this thing to move. But yeah, that is, I don't know. It kind of looks like it might squeeze up there right now. But let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, $67,100 CME gap. Yeah, so if we do pull back, so let's assume, guys. Let's assume. Oh, there it is, baby, live on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. I had a feeling it was going to happen. So there you go. A quick little sweep of the high there. Can we continue to push up? Can we continue to push up here? Now, here we are, right? Now we're in the danger zone, right? I mean, it's going to take time, regardless of, what happens up here. It's going to take a little time to print that next daily candle. This daily bear div is going to take a little bit of time to print, right? But even if it did, guys, even if it did wind up giving us a pullback, right? I would not be looking for like the biggest pullback ever, right? Now, $67,100. There is a CME gap down there, as well as we also have some key levels locally here, right? So if we did pull back, $67,100, pulling, where's that 67K range, right? So 68.5, if we do pull back, maybe you want to come test this value area high. So key levels to the downside that I would be watching. We'll see. Maybe we're just going to yeet up here. Maybe we'll see that. Well, let's see. Maybe we'll see those liquidations pop up right now. Let's see. Bada boom. Should we pull up a lower time frame here so it looks super exciting? There she goes. There she goes, baby. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Main range here. Well, there you go, guys. Upper target hit. But yeah, just watching that daily bear div, but it's going to take time to play out, right? Like, this is not something where I'm just like, oh my God, short, we hit the target, right? Definitely not. You have to wait for the signals and look at the lower time frames, right? But here we are. We have that liquidity sitting above, and once again, that liquidity acts as a magnet. Where is the liquidation heat maps here? We have that liquidity sitting above, and we know price likes to grab that liquidity, and as the liquidations do act as a magnet for the price action, sometimes these liquidation heat maps take a minute to update. So yeah, I will, let me just see if we can update them here. But yeah, we have that liquidity sitting up there, right? And what happens? Price gets gravitated to it, and we wind up coming and taking that liquidity. That's how liquidity works. It usually acts as a magnet. It's not as easy as finding the liquidation levels and then just instantly waiting for price to come up and hit the level. But that is basically... that's what we're looking for there. So we'll have to analyze what kind of happens above this level. Now, if we do just break out, guys, let's assume we get a big liquidation wick. Let's assume that we get FOMO buying out of this range. What are we going to be looking at? The next major targets I will be seeing here are going to be sitting up here, weekly naked points of controls. Two of them. $71,800 is the first one. $72,500 is the second one. So if we continue to push up here, and we're not going to put the bear divs in, again, likely to print here on the 10, 12, and 16-hour time frames first. If that's not going to give us any kind of a cool off, and we're just going to rip up here and yeet to the upside, that is the target that I am looking at. 71.5 to 72, or I'm sorry, 71.8 to 72.5. That is going to be the next major level. And once we get up there, guys, we are playing with those all-time highs, right? This could be all-time highs incoming, but we have to understand there is going to be resistance above. But I will say, if we can really start pushing up here and messing with the liquidity we have sitting above, this could potentially be an explosive area if we can push up into that liquidity. Again, because as those shorts get liquidated, we're going to see market buy pressure come into the market. Again, because when you get liquidated or stopped out of a short, it creates a market buy. That's just simply how it works, and that's why you see that is what a short squeeze is, right? When people say, when you see a big pump and people are like, shorts are wrecked, it doesn't just mean, there's two reasons, right? Like when the shorts get wrecked, obviously when you have price pump, shorts get wrecked. But when I say there's the shorts getting wrecked, I am referring to the move up being the shorts closing out and getting liquidated. And that's literally what a short squeeze is. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll keep an eye on it. But for the most part, that's what we're looking at, guys. We're looking for the target. We hit it live. This is the second time we got some excitement on the live stream. I love it. Let's see. Ryan says, let's go. Let's get it, baby. Let's see. We need a few more hours of this pump. Yes, I'll take it. I'll take a few more hours of this pump. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, shout out to Live for Love said, don't forget, don't forget, once upon a time we were those retail traders getting wrecked, and technically we are retail, right? I mean, technically, unless you're trading with like hundreds of millions of dollars, I guess we're still considered retail, but we like to consider ourselves smart retail, right? Smart tail. As we try to trade with the big money, even though we're technically still retail. But yeah, basically the concepts that we trade are basically like counter trading retail, right? That's why I like to look at liquidity, right? Because liquidity kind of shows you where all the retail stop losses are, which is typically what you want to counter trade, right? If you see a bunch of shorts getting wrecked here, that's usually a good time to go short. Now, again, if we get those short confirmations up here, guys, I'm not saying or calling for a huge dump to the downside, right? It's not like, oh my God, that's the top, we're going to zero. I mean, could that be possible? Who knows, right? But I will, if we get short confirmations here and it even looks saucy for a short, I would not be looking to bring it down like crazy, right? And again, that all comes back to the bullish market structure on the daily, right? We've been looking at this for quite some time, and we're just, in simple terms, guys, value area low, POC, value area high. Like, this is one of the big and simpler reasons why we anticipated this level to come in. It has to do with the volume profiles. Very simply put, if you're new here, anytime you're in a volume profile, more often than not, if you flip that value area low to support, I know I sound like a broken record because I cover this all the time, but it's very important, right? Value area low into the POC, flip that POC, you're expecting that value area high. And that's just simply what we're seeing, like just right on schedule. So, yeah, but we'll have to analyze what happens here. Let's see, little SFP of the high. Can we get it? Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let me go ahead and take a look at these. Jump into EXO really quick. Let's see here. So yeah, we did get some shorts closing out here. Liquidations coming in. We'll have to keep an eye on this. I wish, to be quite honest with you guys, I wish there was a lower time frame signal we could look for here. But as of right now, it's not really a beautiful setup on the lower time frames. I don't typically like to take a short on a daily bear div printing, right? Because by the time if we are going to get a pullback, right, by the time that daily bear div prints, like, we're probably already going to be down some, right? It's not the best entry. This is where I like to go down to lower time frames and find lower time frame confirmations. But there's really nothing here, right? Like, you're no bear div here on the 24-minute, no bear div here on the 15-minute yet. We could potentially get that. 12-minute, maybe you get the bear div. 7-minute, no bear div. So, yeah, we're not really getting the strongest confirmations here. And I'm being careful around these highs, as I know we have rocket fuel sitting right here. We start popping in here, start wrecking the shorts. We could see a very, very big pump up. And, just like for the past couple of weeks here, shorts are going to be handled with care, guys. Greedy with the longs, conservative with the shorts, right? Like, was trying to be greedy with this long from 65.7, but they just came down and they tapped me out. But I closed that short, that long out in massive profit, right? It was $180,000 long. I took about half of it out, wound up making a few grand, and then they stopped me out at break even, making it a guaranteed winning trade. But I just missed out on that last little move, unfortunately. I should have just let my stop loss ride a little bit more. But obviously, you gotta maintain that risk management, or you're just gonna chew up your account. So yeah. That's what we're looking at, guys. We'll see what happens up here if we can get some kind of a setup. Should we take it degenerately? Nah, I don't know. I'm going to wait. I know there's jet fuel up here. We'll see what happens. Wait for a better confirmation to actually take a short. But there it is, guys. Value area high, hit live. It's not often that we're on the live stream being like, hey, maybe we can come up here, and then it finally hits. It oftentimes happens, but not while we're live. So that is nice. Second stream in a row that we got a move here. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom. Okay, let's see. Please short so you can provide even more fuel. Yo, shout out to John B. Should I just like full port a short to try to pump it for the mafia? If we all short at the same time, maybe the market makers will see it and they'll be like, oh, we got to go wreck those guys. Boom. Slam it up to that next target. Let's see. 24/7 live, Frankie, let's go. Shout out to the Godfather. Show the Godfather some love in the chat, guys. You got to respect the Godfather. Should we just go live 24/7 today? Let's do it. Or 24 hours today? Or 24/7 this week? Monday to Monday, 24/7, sleeping on stream. Could be interesting. Let's see. Bada boom. Shout out to Live for Love. Said any word on Blowfin updating the mobile app and the charting on it. Shout out to Live for Love. I don't know 100%. I'm not 100. I guess you're. I'm not sure exactly what update you're talking about. But I haven't heard anything. But yeah, not 100% sure. If you guys want to sign up for Blowfin and trade with the Mafia, check them out. Link in the description down below. No KYC if you want to make money trading long or short. Some people might be in here and be like, what is he talking about? I can make money when it goes down. It's called Shorten, and we love it. So, yeah, if you guys want to sign up, check it out in the description down below. You'll also get access to our free trial of the premium Discord, which we now take crypto payments for. Also, link in the description down below. Or just stick around and grab some of the free sauce. But let's see. Shout out to Boom Select. Said, Frankie, I asked if we could get 67.2 if we pump. And we did. Do you remember that 2 days ago? And now we're at 70K. Shout out to Boom Select. I want to say I think I remember, but I say so many numbers and so many things so many times. I feel like I'm just like kind of making up that I remember it. But yeah, 67.2. Or wait, pull back to 67.2. And you're saying we got it? Did we? Oh, yeah, maybe that's maybe this is what you're talking about. Shout out to Boom Select. I think I remember. I don't really know. But, yeah, here we are. Let's see, bada boom. Yeah, we shout out to Mathis. We can take a look at Dogecoin in just a minute here. 5-minute bear div printing. It's going to zero, guys. Let's go. 5-minute bear div, guys. He's joking. Should we take a little should we just take a deep? I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to take these crazy risky trades. You know, it's not how I trade. I don't want to teach bad habits here. But you do have a 15-minute bear div looking to print pretty soon here. But again, we didn't really get a huge liquidation, which is kind of what I would like to see. If we get the SFP of this wick back here, which is basically the value area high. Let me see. Let me grab this real quick. Come on. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let me see here. Come on. I should have just done a horizontal ray, but here we are. Come on. Come on. Give me the dang trend line here. All right, there we go. All right, let's see here. Let's zoom in a bit. All right, let's see. 45-minute, 30-minute, 15-minute. Ooh, interesting. We'll see what happens. Let me change this to a boom. All right, I'll keep that like that. So, yeah, we'll see. Target hit. Can we get a pullback? We'll wait for it. But if we are going to get the bigger pullback, guys, I would be waiting for the higher time frame signals. But, yeah, we'll see this 15-minute bear div as we approach. Can it pull us back a little bit? We'll have to watch it. But, yeah, there we go. It's funny. We were just in the premium. I was just in the premium Discord right before the live stream updating them, being like, hey, guys, I mean, we got to push up. We grabbed some of the liquidity, but we still have some above. I would still like to see higher into our actual level getting tapped. Shout out to the premium Discord. Where is it? Let me post it here. Where is it? Hey, what's going on, Mafia? Just let them know, hey, we grabbed that liquidity, still have some sitting above on the lower time frames. Basically, the screenshot I just showed. Literally, we saw that liquidity sitting above the lower time frame on the lower time frames. We will see if we can get a pullback from here, but with the licks sitting above, I still would like to see the actual level posted earlier get hit closer to 70,100. Confirmations aren't really there for a high probability short, in my opinion, but not impossible to get a little pullback. But overall, I would still like to see higher into 70,100. And there we go. That push right into that value area high. Unbelievable, guys. TA is absolute magic. It is not astrology for crypto bros. I could tell you firsthand. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, another thing I would look at if we are going to pull back, whether we get another little push up to get those liquidations to come in, or we just pull back from where we are now. Another thing to look at, guys, is going to be the 4-hour, because once this 4 hour is pretty overbought right now. So I would like to see this reset before another massive move up. But if we do get that, this VWAP's pretty overextended. Once we get that red dot on the 4-hour, I will be watching this 15-minute. Because once that 15-minute money flow crosses over, if we have that 4-hour red dot, that may be able to give us a little bit more of a pullback. So we'll have to see if we can get it. Let's see. Toaster says we don't get the pullback. We're going for all-time high test. I hope so. That would be nice. That would be nice to see the spot Bitcoin bags run a little bit here. Let's see. Is it too late to go all in on a long? Shout out to Boom Select. I do not chase the longs like that. Listen, I have spent a lot of time in my early days getting absolutely wrecked. And I have never, could you FOMO into a long here and potentially come up and make some money? Yes, but at that point you are gambling, right? At that moment you might be like, oh my God, we hit resistance, maybe we'll come down, right? So me personally, I don't chase after, anytime, I showed this to the premium Discord earlier today. You have to trade the setups. If you want to be an actual like sustainable trader and you're not just looking to, throw some money in an account and a gamble, you have to trade the actual setups, right? If there is no setup, I don't enter the trade. So if I pull these up real quick, I did this earlier today with the premium Discord, right? These are some of the recent trades that we've taken, right? Notice that for the long positions and the short positions for that matter, right, the long positions are taken after big moves down, right? That's where we go long, right? We go short, after moves up, right? And then we go long after a big move down, right? And then we go short after a massive move up. Right? And then we went long on a move down, right? So this is not typically where I like to go long, right? This is more where I have to just generally look for shorts, right? And again, I am a trader, right? And I think this gets a little confusing for a lot of people. A lot of people think to themselves, like, how could you be bearish? We're pumping. We're about to break into all-time highs, right? But I'm a trader, right? So I'm not bearish up at resistance because I think we're going to go to zero, right? I am more just bearish as in if I'm looking for even a short-term trade before continuing up, I have to look for shorts at resistance, not longs. So based off that logic, I would not be looking to FOMO long here, right? I'm not a breakout trader. And if I do break out, I need the breakout and a retest or a breakout on a lot of volume. But for the most part, I have to go long, like just in general, right? Like I am long after price comes down, right? Like we don't look for longs, when price comes up, right? I just don't breakout trade. I've gotten really wrecked in the beginning of my trading journey doing that, right? It's literally the opposite for the most part, right? Like I am bearish, not bearish for zero, but I am more bearish at resistance, looking for pullbacks. If I'm long-term bullish, right? Let's say I do think that we're definitely going to break all-time highs here. This is not where I enter. I have to wait for a pullback. If price just rips through here, that's fine. I will just simply wait for the next setup. For example, right, in the premium Discord, where is it? Like this short setup, I believe this is the one. This was in the premium Discord. Before we even came up to this level, we were looking for this short position. I missed my entry on this short. The Mafia caught it in the Discord. I missed my short. I was not at the charts. I missed my position here, right? But I did not FOMO, right? What I did was I sat on my hands, cheered for the Mafia as they were coming into profit, and I even mentioned to them while we were in that position, I was like, hey guys, I missed my position, but this is legit. This is a legit move. I'm not worried about missing the move because I know that there is always going to be another opportunity on the chart, right? And what happens? We come down for another opportunity, and then I made a bunch of money on the long, right? I missed this move, but I didn't FOMO in at the bottom and get wrecked. I just waited for another setup and then took the long position. There's always another setup. If you want to be a trader, you have to be willing to let price go without you, right? Like I said, made a bunch of money here, then I got stopped out in profit, and now price is going. I'm not freaking out that I'm missing this move. I'll just catch a short on the way back down, or I'll wait for a retracement to catch the long, right? There's always another opportunity as a trader. This is different than long-term investing, right? Long-term, you just want to break out of here and go. You don't care if we're going to do this or this, right? You just want to go, right? And that's fine. But as a trader, right, like I'm not trying to, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to FOMO into moves, right? So if we just continue up here, I'm happy on missing out on that and just simply waiting for another pullback so I can capitalize on that move and then get in for a bigger long. What I would really love, you might be asking yourselves, Frankie, what about 64,500? What about that key level where we could put that higher low in? Well, can we potentially come back down there, right? Maybe, but I will say this. If we were to come back down there, that's kind of the opportunity that I would wait for, right? If I thought we were going back down there. But as of right now, the local levels I'm watching, I will just pull up the ranges here, right? If we're going to break above that value area high and we're going to go off into all-time highs, but we're going to cool off first, the key levels below that I would really look at is going to be this previous value area, right? If we come back down for a little cool off and we're just going to continue up, value area high sitting at 68.6 is going to be a key level. 67.7 is going to be another key level at the POC. And then your value area low coming in. Let me get rid of this golden pocket. Value area low now also coming in. I could probably update this. Bada boom. That'll move it. Okay. So value area low coming in between about, I would call it 66.750 all the way down to 66.5. So, this is kind of the roadmap. If I were able to catch a short here, I would be looking to come down to this value area high. This might act as support, so I would be taking profit here. And then once we break below that value area low, I would use this volume profile as my roadmap to where price is likely to go next. Now, as I approach these take profit zones, right, I would be looking for potential opportunities for longs if they present themselves, right? Again, I am a trader. I am not waiting for the absolute bottom before 100K. Again, we catch these moves all the time. But that's kind of what I'm looking at, guys. We are at resistance. Can we break through? I mean, what is the title for today's video? Bitcoin, let me see. Bitcoin all-time highs coming. Number one signal to watch. But yeah, approaching key level of resistance, right? I guess that sometimes that's the title when we're in this situation. But we are approaching key resistance. This does not mean although it's bullish if we break out, does not mean that I am FOMO longing here. So hopefully that answers your question. Not FOMO longing here. Can you make money if you do it? Potentially, but to me that's gambling. And in my experience, not just I think you're going to lose more often than not. In my experience, I have lost every time I tried to do that back in the day when I was learning how to trade. So I just avoid that stuff now, and I wait for the high probability setups. And more, it takes a little bit getting used to looking for longs as price pulls back, right? As price gets a big cool off, like this is where it gets scary. Everyone's super bearish, right? When we were coming down on Friday's live stream, right, we had a short setup in the premium from up here. Right, and we were looking to potentially play out to about 64,500, and we didn't really get that. But we played out almost the final TP. But we were short up here as price was pumping. Everyone was getting bearish after we came down, right? As we were pulling back, everyone's like, oh my God, I'm bearish, right? But what are we doing? We're looking for longs. I entered short here, long here, right? Not, oh my God, we're pumping long this, and then, oh my God, we're dumping short this, right? You would have gotten wrecked, and you would have gotten wrecked. So it is weird, right? Because you have to trade contrary to what's seemingly logical in your head. So yeah, like pump, short, dump, long is typically how it goes. But again, you have to have your signals, right? It's not just like, just because we hit this level and we're pumping, I'm going to short. You have to know what to look for, which again, we go over more in the premium Discord. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Hey, shout out to Haters Saeed says, hey, Frankie, I'm back after ARB long liquidation in April. Shout out to you, bro. Taking a little break from the charts, which is never be ashamed of that. Sometimes if you take a big loss, you got to take a little bit of a break. Yeah, shout out to Nirvana said, thumbnails get me dreaming about my Lambo. Yeah, absolutely. The YouTube thumbnails are, the bullish thumbnails are crazy. Shout out to Flatsmack said, Bears will make a comeback in 2026, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Flatsmack. Speaking of Flatsmack, guys, smash that like button if you like the Bitcoin pump and you want to support this free education we give and these live price action analysis that we give here on the YouTube channel. Flatsmack is the like police, and you must flatsmack that like button. And yeah, shout out to, I hope so, bro. Hopefully we can break out here and the Bears go away until 2026. So there we go. That's what we're looking for, baby. Maybe that bullish change of character, maybe that 3-day money flow crossover into the green, pumping up here, is the sign. And again, don't get scared if we get a little pullbacks, right? Like, remember the higher time frame analysis. We are bullish here on the daily and have been for quite some time, right? We've been going up. Bada boom, bada bing, right? Bullish market structure, right? So there you go. Next targets, if you're just tuning in, 71.8 all the way up to 72.5, 72.6. Shout out to Tony D. Says, important, if you want to sign up for the premium, use the website. Don't go through Discord. Website has the cheaper rate. Shout out to Tony D. Saving the Mafia some moolah, baby. Saving them some bagels. Let's get it. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Avocado. Shout out to all the avocados out there. Said, I remember back when Bitcoin was breaking 30K and having its short squeezing, and you were live. I remember because I was long. Time we go again. Shout out to Crypto Avocado. And yeah, the push to the upside at $30,000 was absolutely insane. And I actually talked about this in the premium Discord. When we get into the altcoins, guys, if you want to see, we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin here as we're approaching the key level. Mrs. Candles in the chat or in the house, you want to show us some hands? Okay, she wants pizza. That is not what I was expecting, Mrs. Candles. You want to throw up a hand here? I don't know if they can see that. You're so off. Mrs. Candles is so afraid of the camera, guys. Here we go. Oh, she's scentless today. Scentless hands today. Unbelievable. Mrs. What soap were you? Scentless soap? Shout out to Mrs. Candles. Shout out to ADD Dad as well, guys. If you guys know ADD Dad, I got recognized in public And it was ADD Dad. Shout out to him. It was awesome meeting him. He caught me out in the wild with Mrs. Candles. He's a rare person who knows Mrs. Candles now. But yeah, we got to hang out. We were just hanging out, talking for a while. Got to meet him and his family. Super cool guy. Just goes to show the community we built here in the CandleMafia is just full of a bunch of awesome people. So shout out to ADD Dad if you're in the chat, bro. Awesome meeting you. And hopefully we run into you again sometime soon. Let's see. Is that the giant hand from SpongeBob? Oh, shout out to I can't see that. I can't see that name. But shout out to you. It is yes, it is the giant hand from SpongeBob. But yeah, we're going to keep an eye on Bitcoin here as we approach that key level, guys. But what I want to show here is back actually, shout out to whoever said it before, back to when Bitcoin was breaking 30K. And I've gone over this on the live stream before, but this is going to be important when we look at the altcoins. Back when we broke that $30,000 level, guys, this $30,000 level was our doorway to higher prices at the time. We actually made a pre-recorded video. I think it was like 2 days or maybe the day before we got the bigger breakout. But as we were approaching this key level at $30,000 was the value area low of this major range. Boom, right? As we came up and tapped our heads here, this is resistance until proven otherwise. But we knew that once we broke above this level, this was the doorway to higher prices, very likely opening up the door to go where? From the value area low to the POC. We come up, we tap the POC on the Bitcoin ETF approval, and we dump, right? And then what happens? We wind up coming back up, getting above the POC, and we saw that value area high and beyond, right? And now we kind of just been consolidating up there for 7 months above that value area high, which has been absolutely brutal. But hopefully we could just get the breakout here. But just like we saw this $30,000 be the doorway to higher prices, once you get above there, you look to fill that range up to the POC and the value area high. Just like we were able to predict this and see, and not only just say, hey guys, I think we're bullish on Bitcoin because of a signal, knowing that this was the level to break and this was the next major target, right? Technically the full major target would be the value area high, but we knew the POC would be key resistance, right? But the same reason that we were looking for that move from here all the way up into the POC was because of these volume profiles. And a lot of these altcoins are simply sitting in the same setup, right? Looking at TIA, sitting at this bear market low, right? Well, bear market low, right? But consolidating down here at that lower range with the higher range or the upper volume profile sitting above. If we pull up our visible range volume profile or the VPVR, you guys can see we have a pretty big fall off in volume until we get into this area of consolidation, which gets you close to about $9.70, right? So let me pull that VPVR up one more time. If we break out of here and we start flying up through that low volume gap, this is $10, right? Once we get above there, then we can knock on the doorway to higher prices. Technically, once we break into this low volume gap, that would be a doorway to higher prices. But, really, this is kind of the similar situation that we're in with that we were in with Bitcoin, right? You come up, you start testing that upper range. Even if I pulled this a little bit higher, it'll move that value area low down a little bit. So you get kind of, more similar. This would be your doorway to higher prices, right? Let me grab that box, right? So we're kind of sitting down here. That could be your doorway to higher prices because once you flip this value area low to support, which again is about 870, flip this level to support, next target is going to be the POC sitting at 1243. Flip that POC, look to come up to the value area high sitting at about 1588, right? So a lot of the altcoins are in this situation. Very similar to what we wound up seeing on Bitcoin when it was consolidating down below that macro range, right? So keep that in mind when you're looking at the altcoins. That was a beautiful, we looked at that on Bitcoin days before we broke out, right? And we were watching for a while. But once we got back in there, we were like, are we about to break out here? I wish I had a link to that video to kind of show you guys how I did the analysis. But that's basically what we're looking at here on TIA, in my opinion, right? So this is accumulation for me for TIA. I've been bringing that up a lot on the live stream just because it looks so decent. Brett in a similar situation. A ton of altcoins are in this situation, right? Doesn't mean you can't come down more, but lower consolidation, you have your upper range here, right? You kind of have two. You have one sitting up here and then the bigger range sitting right here, right? So once you break that value area low, could be the door from 12 cents all the way up to about 16 cents and potentially beyond, right? Same thing with Beam. Beam, you have the lower consolidation here, right? You also have the upper consolidation, right? You have your higher range sitting up here. Again, there's kind of two ranges you could look at. You could look at this range alone, or you can look at all of this together. Neither one is right or wrong. They're just going to be different levels, but because they're derived from volume, I would probably be looking at the bigger range. 0.025, 0.85 is going to be that key level to break above. Once you break that, that's your doorway up to about 3 cents, right? Up into the 3 cent level, all the way up to about 0.036401, right? It's hard with those low prices. It's kind of hard to show. But yeah, that is basically what, like, a lot of these setups are kind of presenting themselves like that. So yeah. Very, very similar to that Bitcoin breakout. Shout out to, I forget who even brought it up, but thank you for bringing that up because it's very similar to what we were looking at on Bitcoin. Shout out to Dwayne Hooper. Welcome in, bro. Thank you for being here. He said, money flow, price action, volume profile, emotionless king. We need more likes. Shout out to Dwayne Hooper. Smash that like button, guys. I appreciate it. It's the easiest and most free way to promote this live stream and grow the Candle Mafia into a more unstoppable force than we already are. All right, let's see here. We want to see Phoebe. Shout out to Phoebe. Guys, as you know, I've been inquiring about actually buying a goat. Tony D put this in the Discord. In the announcement section of the Discord. Listen, I went there, guys. I went to go check out the goats, and they told me not to speak Italian to the goats. As you guys know, I practice something called goating, which is kind of like grounding. If you like walk on the ground with your bare feet, I like to goat, where if you could get a hold of a goat, you kind of just grab it and hug it, and you just soak in the goat's energies. It will make you a better trader, and it will just fill you with positive vibes. And they just thought I was getting a little weird, and they actually put a sign up because I would just like be goating, hugging the goat, and just like babbity boobity, talking Italian to the goat, and they just kept. Now they won't let me back. So we can't get goats from there, but we're also looking for other places to get them from. We're trying to source a goat. If you have a connect, if you got a goat plug, hit me up, guys, because we're trying to get one here. So yeah, I heard they're not great house pets, but we don't care. Anyway, we need the goats here. To Frankie's. Yeah, we're big into goating. Frankie is goating or goat king. Shout out to Jesse. But yeah, that is pretty much what I'm looking at here on Bitcoin, guys. Some of the altcoins, again, that was just kind of a rough rundown. But if you guys want to see any altcoins, drop them in the chat. I'll take a look at a few of them. Let's see how we doing on time here. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to all 1,283 of you beautiful, beautiful Mafia members out there. Smash that like button. What are we up to? 372, guys. Let's run it up. Run it up to 850. If we run it up to 850, we'll give something really good away. We gave away $200 in Solana last week. We gave away a bunch of Frankie candles. No, we didn't give away hats last week. We gave a bunch of Cardano and $200 in Solana. Maybe we'll give away a goat. I don't know. Maybe we'll just go ahead and give away a goat if we had 850 likes. But smash that like button, guys. I don't know. We'll take a poll. We'll take a poll and see if we can get. We'll see what we can give away here. All right. Let's see. Don't be a goat hole and slap that like, people. Shout out to Elite Way ZZ. Let's go. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Hey, shout out to DC said, I'm a dog sitter, and people call me asking me to take care of their goats sometimes. If you guys are looking for a goat sitter, hit me up, guys. Hit me up. I will goat with your goat, though. I will do goating. I will hug it, and I will say some kind of crazy Italian voodoo and go like this in the goat's face to suck out its energy. But it doesn't hurt the goat, I promise. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Let's take a look. I want to take a look at Solana, as we have been looking for some specific stuff here on Solana. And as you guys know, we saw this actually play out live as we were looking for that potential 4-hour bearish divergence. And again, this is a perfect example of why you're not looking to short to zero every time you see a bear div, but it can help you find some really, really, really good setups to catch some scalp shorts, scalp longs, etc. But what were we looking at here? Let me go ahead and spawn that volume profile. As you guys know, it's actually a little bit of a different volume profile that we were looking at here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Bada boom Solana. Where is it? Bada boom, bada bing. Do we not have those levels anymore? Let's see. Are they hidden? What is going on here? Bada boom. Nope, not that chart. Where are we at? All right, well, it was pretty close to this. But basically what we were looking at here, guys, was our volume profile, which has actually our value area high that we were looking at was actually sitting. Let me see if I can get that actual volume profile to print. Yeah, sitting right here. So it was really the range that we were looking at. I don't know why it's not here, but looking at this value area high, sitting at about $162. So this actually isn't even the perfect range. But we had our value area high here at $162. And as we were breaking out, we saw that we were flipping this golden pocket to support, saying, hey, maybe we can get a move up into that 786. But if we do get that, we would have to be careful of a pullback. Not a dump to zero, but a potential pullback. Because if we are going to look for a correction here, right, saying don't get carried away. Anytime you deviate above the volume profiles, this is typically an overvalued asset, just like it was back here before a move back into the range, just like it was for a move right here for a move back into the range, lose the value area high, go to the POC, go to the low. Same situation here, right? So as we were deviating above that range, what were we seeing? Live on stream, we were seeing the 4-hour bear div looking to print with our higher highs on price action into that key level of resistance, which is absolutely key. Higher highs on our price action, lower highs on our momentum waves with a potential dump incoming. What happens? That 4-hour bear div prints, and we get the move down. What was our key level of support on that stream? Drop a hashtag value if you were in that stream, and you knew that level. But $162 at that value area high became your key level of support, because if we were going to continue off into higher prices, this was going to be likely your level that you would bounce off of after the little cool off. And then if you were able to lose this level, it would probably call for a much bigger move to the downside, to the POC and the value area low. And what happened here, guys? You print the 4-hour div, you get the move to the value area low, and you get the bounce from that key level, right? I do not show this to brag. I do not show this to say, look, I was right. I show this to hopefully catch some people, some Mafia members that were in that stream. I think it was Thursday. Was it Thursday or Wednesday? Thursday, where we were looking at that signal printing and saying what was likely to happen and seeing it play out. I'm hoping that some Mafia members that were in that stream were like, I remember him saying that. That's pretty crazy. Maybe I should take this TA's thing seriously. So yeah, that's what I'm basically looking at. That's what I was looking at for the most part. And now we're getting the bounce here. So what is likely to come next? Now, I'll tell you what, right? Still kind of between that golden pocket 786. I'm going to take that off the chart just to clean things up. But what is likely to come in next year? Well, I will say, if we take a look at some of these higher time frames, can we just rip up? When things are pumping, right? But as we push up here, 3-day VWAP coming down, money flow looks good. Like I said, a lot of this higher time frame money flow is starting to shape up pretty nicely. 2-day red dot is looking to print. Daily red dot or green dot is confirmed. Money flow looking pretty good. Kind of hard. You may be putting in some higher time frame bear divs, similar to Bitcoin, right? Where are we? Let me hide the. Where's the actual Bitcoin chart? Bada boom, bada bing, right? As Bitcoin is, where are we at? Pull up that main range, right? As Bitcoin is potentially looking to put in some bear divs. Again, that does not mean I'm bearish, right? Just saying that's what it is. Higher highs under price action, lower highs under momentum waves. As we put this, daily 12-hour bearish divergence, lower highs, higher highs, right? As we start to print these on Bitcoin, we may start to see these show up on Solana, right? So as we see that, could we get another pullback? Potentially, right? Because we're starting to get higher highs on our price action, right? Lower highs on our momentum waves. Now, these are not printing yet. These are just looking to potentially pop up. It's not until we get that actual red dot here on the 12-hour that I would be looking at that as legit. Other than that, we could squeeze past this. But for the most part, we're above the value area. We already got a pullback. The fact that we're holding this value area high could be a very good sign for a continuation up, right? Let's pull up the daily time frame. Let's pull up Lux Algo real quick. We're now getting a bullish change of character on the daily. What does this mean? This means we can look at this as through the lens of longs, right? Through a bullish lens. So if we do get a pullback, stay off the 12-hour bear div, right? 16-hour bear div, whatever it is. If we get a pullback, we would want to be looking for lackluster pullbacks, higher lows, and continuations up, right? So this makes you more greedy with the longs and conservative with the shorts in favor of a continuation to the upside, right? Now, where is that higher low likely to come in at? Well, there's a few different places, right? You could either look at your, if you pull your full fib from the absolute low to the absolute high. I don't know if you're going to get a move all the way down there just yet. I mean, this is a little too soon to call for that. But if we get the pullback, I mean, value area high is key. 162, right? 162 is the one that I'm watching. It's a little bit of it's a slightly different value area, which I guess maybe, where is, 162, right? So this is really the value area I am looking at on Solana, right? So the hold on this value area high is very nice. This is what we like, right? Because we remain above that value area high. We need to do that to break out. But we might kind of bing bong around here, right? It's not impossible to kind of range around up here before finally getting a breakout or an acceptance back into the range. But right now, this is not FOMO long for me, right? Can this continue up? Yes, but this is definitely not FOMO long. This is definitely not FOMO long for me, right? I would rather, if I were long on Solana, I'd be long at a value area low or a higher low, right? On a pullback, right? On a dump, on a push down, not on a push up. I do not long on moves up. I long. If I were looking long here locally, where would I be looking for the long? Well, I'd probably be looking at that key level support we looked at on the live stream at $162. Do you get bullish confirmations here? Or is there a reason to enter long? If so, that's where you long, not after you get the move up, right? Just like we wouldn't look to short Solana here, but where were we actually looking for the short? We were looking for it up here, right? So just keep that in mind. You have to go against that natural feeling of wanting to long when price breaks out. Trust me, I've gotten wrecked enough. Please learn from my mistakes. I've spent thousands of hours on the charts and a long time and a lot of money getting wrecked in the early days. Please, for the love of God, learn from my mistakes. And to be honest, you're probably going to have to learn a lot of the mistakes yourself as well, because I think in order to actually learn the lesson, you have to feel the pain. And I still make mistakes sometimes, so keep that in mind, right? All right, let's see. 1 hour bull div on TIA. Let's check it. Bada boom, bada bing. So this is actually a chart that I was looking at. Well, hey, we got the move down to the value area low. Let's see here. This is actually I think it's a chart. Oh no, this is a live stream chart. Yeah. So again, like same thing with the Bitcoin situation that we had with the old value area at 30K before the launch up to the new all-time highs in the value area high. Like very similar situation down here. This is accumulation for me and Tia, right? Me and Tia are going out on dates. Me and Tia, don't tell Mrs. Candles. Me and Tia are hanging out here. Like me and Tia are kind of a thing down here. Like we're talking, we're getting intimate. I might even pick up the tab. I might spend some money on Tia. I might spoil Tia. Hey Tia, you're looking good in that dress. You're looking good in that. Hey. No, it's Celestia. It's a coin. I'm joking. I'm spending a little money on Tia here. I'm picking up the bill, guys. I'm buying her dinner. And she might just give me something in return. She might just. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. She doesn't like the joke, guys. Mrs. Candles doesn't like the joke. But anyway, that's what I'm doing down here. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what I'm doing here. But as we approach this value area low on Tia, again, and does this mean that we're just going to launch up from here? Probably not, right? But, if we wind up getting the breakout, if and when, of this value area, I'm looking for this is the doorway to higher prices. Flip this value area low in POC. You're going to be happy, or I'm going to be happy. Not financial advice. This is what I'm doing, not what you should do. I am going to be happy looking for longs and looking to pick up some Tia within this range, right? When was the best time to buy Bitcoin? Let's answer this honestly. When was the best time to buy Bitcoin? Was it after the big pumps to the upside? Or was it after the big dumps to the downside? I know this sounds like elementary, but it's extremely important. And I think for new people, it's very hard to understand that, right? Buy the fear, sell the greed. Much easier said than done, right? But, the best time to buy Bitcoin was back when we were down in this lower range with all this value sitting up here acting as a magnet for price. When Bitcoin got the big rip up, I'm happy that I was buying that lower range, which again is extremely similar to Tia, right? If Tia rips up into all-time highs, I'm going to be happy that I bought it down here just like Bitcoin, and I'm not buying up here, right? It's all the same. Price action is price action, regardless of what you're looking at, right? So when you see stuff like that, it's all applicable. So I know it's scary down there for some of these alts, but just know, as long as Celestia is not going to go to zero or no anything short of a black swan event, I should say, right? Like in a black swan event happening, we just absolutely dump, yeah, for sure. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I will say this, guys. On Bitcoin, if this 4-year cycle is just going to play out again, I mean, The four-year cycle is crazy. And again, I'm not expecting the 4-year cycle to be exactly the same, right? It's already different. We put in an all-time high before the halving, which is totally different. Shout out to Satoshi Glakamoto in the chat. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Wick589. Thank you for smashing that like button. Thank you for that super chat. I'm sure he smashed the like button. But he said, wifey about to trade her Caspa out for about to trade her Caspa out for Tia. Shout out to Wick589. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Wix Wi-Fi99, and yeah, not financial advice, guys. This is just what I'm doing. They could go to zero. I am just a person, right? Like, just because I say it's going to happen, I know that the TA plays out a lot of the time, and I know it's exciting to come onto the live stream and be like, look, we're hitting a target, or look, the dump happened, or look, the pump happened, right? But just understand, I could be wrong. I have been wrong in the past. I will be wrong again, just like everybody is. So no guarantee. It's not financial advice. I'm just sharing with what I'm doing. But shout out to Wix Wi-Fi99 and Wick589. I might swap out some of my stuff for Celestia as well. All right, let's see. But yeah, that is. If we take off from here, guys. I mean, when we look at this, right? This is like it's funny too because like a lot of people were like, the amount of times I got asked the question, is this a bear market, was crazy, right? And the chances of the reason that was happening is because a lot of people don't come in until it gets exciting, right? Like when we were down here in the bear market with the Mafia, like this is when no one cares. This is when you want to buy, right? And I'm not saying don't feel bad if you came in on these big pumps, right? It's especially if it's your first cycle. It's bound, like this is how it happens in your first cycle, right? Now it's not that there's not a ton of upside ahead, but like let's just be honest, right? We bottomed out here, move up, sideways consolidation, scare out the longs, move up, sideways consolidation, scare out the longs, sideways consolidation, we finally get the big move up, sideways consolidation, scare out the longs, sideways consolidation. And we've been saying this for 7 months. I know it sounds like a broken record, but we've just been in this range for 7 months. Sideways consolidation, scare out the longs, big move up. This would be right on time. This is just basically how a bull market works, but it would also be right on time timing-wise, right? What is this? What is this month? Look at the bottom of the screen. October, bing bong, sideways from March to October. Bing bong, sideways from March to October. Bing bong. Is that possible? Yes. Am I just betting the farm that that's 100% going to happen? No. But we are right on time, guys. What is here? Same thing. Sideways consolidation. March, we had the Black Swan event, obviously, but, basically from April to October was sideways consolidation. Bing bong, right? Is that 4-year cycle going to repeat? Potentially. And we'll keep you guys updated here. But these alts are looking saucy. You don't want to be buying up here, right? Even though you could still get some gains, you want to be buying down here. That is the best time to buy Bitcoin, right? Down at the lows when everybody is scared. On TIA, we're down at the lows here. And when it starts moving, it's going to be exciting. And you can bet your bottom dollar everyone's going to want to buy it on the way up. But you, or me, I'm not going to say you. It's not financial advice. This is me. I want to be the person that gets in here, right? So I could just enjoy those gains. And if we dump further, I will pick up some more. Right? If you believe in the project, I personally believe in Celestia, so I am happy picking that up a little bit lower, right? If that does wind up happening. But again, this setup does not look too bad. Let's take a look at Dogecoin here, guys, real quick. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to V-Sun. Say what's up, Mafia. Very good evening to you all. Shout out to V-Sun. Welcome in, bro. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Dot's kind of in the same situation. And I'll be honest, guys, like with the altcoins, listen, what happened here just from like a technical perspective, right? You're in a massive downtrend, you break structure, you're in a bull trend, right? This is when we see this, right? This is, a lot of these altcoins are going to fly. Utility or not. The meme coins are going to fly, right? The altcoins are going to fly, like almost doesn't even matter, right? Now, do I invest like that? Not necessarily, right? I have coins that I like, but most things are going to go up in a bull run, right? Rising tides lift all ships, right? So it's especially if you believe in it, right? And here's the other thing too. I think a lot of people get stuck in the mindset of like getting a 100x, getting a 50x, turning $100 into $1 billion, right? Here's the thing. If you look at this as an investment, right, you're never going to get these returns in any other asset class. When we're talking, even if TIA just returned to this price for a 229% gain, you have to. And again, do I think we'll go way above that? Yes. Are things going to get absolutely parabolic? Are things going to get absolutely nutty? Very likely, right? Especially if we go into a traditional bull run that we've seen in the past for Bitcoin. But you have to understand, a 229% gain in less than a year is unheard of in any kind of other investing, right? The stock market, you could expect 8 to 10% a year. 229% in like even this, right? Like just from this little down candle to here. 258% in 77 days is unheard of, right? So you have to, like, don't get greedy, right? Like, we could see huge moves up. We could see those 100Xs. We could see those 20Xs, but don't gamble on these, right? Like, you want to flip your money around a little bit, and that's why I love being a trader, right? Like, getting a 200% gain on an altcoin is kind of easy in a bull run, right? Like, the bull run is easy to make money in, and just keep that in mind. Like, don't be one of those people that is looking for 100X and you're just betting all your money and praying for 100K, or not in this case, probably gonna be a little higher in this cycle. But last cycle, everyone was just hoping for 100K, right? Like, oh, we'll get to 100K. I'm not gonna sell until we get to 100K. And a lot of people ride those bags right back down. I've done that in previous bull runs, right? I'm not perfect. I've held bags back down to zero, right? And a lot of people do that, especially in their first cycle. Right? They will. I know a lot of people got caught off hand here. Everybody was looking for 100K on Bitcoin, and we didn't get it. Right? There were a lot of bearish signals up here, technically, that were looking for a pullback. Right? I was like one of the very few people looking at the weekly blood diamond and the money flow and the bearish divergence on the weekly, looking for this bear market to start. I got hated on when I called for that. Right? And I just looking at it. I wasn't even saying, guys, we're definitely going to zero. I was just showing it on the chart. Got a lot of hate, right? Because everyone just wants that move, but don't be that person that just hopes for that move. To make $1 million, right? Have goals. What do you want out of crypto? Do you just want this arbitrary number in your head? Like, I want to just try to make as much money as possible. Have goals. What do you want to do? Do you want to buy a house? Do you want a new car? Do you want to pay off your student loans? Like, have realistic goals, because if you don't, you're going to be wishing for something that may never come, and if it doesn't come, you're going to lose your money. So you have to have a plan. Long-term, just like you have a trading plan with your short-term leverage trades, you need to have a long-term plan for your spot bags. Trust me, I've made the mistake. I'm just going to try and make as much money as possible. This thing's going up forever. Right back down, right? And it gets very euphoric in the bull run, and it's very hard to see the bearish case when you're in a bull run. So just be ready for that. But luckily, we probably, especially with altcoins, probably have a lot of upside here. So yeah, Brett, Beam, not Turbo, like Dot, again, also just like in this accumulation range. Whoops. In this accumulation range. I'm probably done buying DOT right now. I have a pretty big bag of DOT. Hopefully this thing can come back. Weekly red DOT, though, not looking great. But let's take a look at Dogecoin, guys. Drop some altcoins in the chat. If you guys want to see your favorite alt, drop them in the chat. Rob the Crypto Stomp. Let's do like 2 or 3 requests, and I'll just kind of freestyle real quick here. Dogecoin. Let's pop it up here. What have we been looking at on Dogecoin? Let's see. Sheeb, not Doge. We'll take a look at Sheeb as well. Hey, shout out to Lane Hughes in the chat, and OG of the CandleMafia said, Frankie, I missed ya. Ada BTC is wrecked, lol. Yeah, shout out to Cardano. We could take a look at Cardano maybe as well. But yeah, shout out to Lane Hughes. Welcome in, bro. Good to see you. We know we're hitting key levels here when you got the Mafia coming in from back in the day. People take a break from crypto, and they come back, and it's good to see you guys back in here. Let's see. Okay. Bada boom. All right. So let's take a look at Dogecoin real quick. Let me see. That's the live stream chart. Let's pull up this chart. Bitcoin's still playing here. Still playing with that value area high. Let's take a look at Dogecoin. Oh, baby. Oh, God. We got the alt coming in. All right. Let's see. Dogecoin. All right. So kind of similar, right? We actually looked at this on Friday's live stream. Or not Friday. I think it was Thursday's live stream maybe. Accumulation. Let me see. Do I have this marked out? No. All right. So I'll just pull this, right? You have your upper range, upper value area here. And I'll show the local levels as well. But here we are. Dogecoin testing a very, very key level. You have your value area low sitting at 16.49. Value area high at 40 cents. POC at 26 cents. This is the level to get above. You flip this value area low at 16 cents. This is where you open up the door to the POC at about 26, 25 cents. Now, and you've already come down and retested your bear market range, right? Your 2022 range, right? So this is nice. You got your accumulation. Bada boom, bada bing. Flip that POC to support. Retest your macro value area. This acts as resistance until proven otherwise. You slipped into the range a couple times. You came back down to retest that POC value area high, and now we're getting another move up. This is not looking bad. Let's take a look here. You had your change of character. Lackluster pullback for your break of structure. Now you're getting another pullback. Can we go for another break of structure? This is an uptrend. This does not look too bad. This is the weekly time frame as well. And even here, right, like on the monthly, you had your change of character. This is where you would be looking for a higher low. Where's your higher low likely to come in? Right on your golden pocket, 786. What happens? You put it in on the golden pocket. You also had your POC there. And now the anticipation here would be break of structure. Just like on the weekly, you have change of character, lackluster pullback, break of structure. You would look for that on the monthly. Change of character, lackluster pullback, break of structure. That's what you would anticipate based off the market structure, right? Hopefully, we can get that. And right now, you're testing a very key level. So for Dogecoin, key level of resistance remains the same as we've been looking at for basically a year now. Not quite a year, but almost. 1643, right? That's your value area low. That's the level to flip to get the bigger move up. Taking a look at Market Cipher. Let's take a look here. Daily green dot printing. 90-minute money flow crossover into the green. Once again, the 1/16th Market Cipher B strategy gives you the bigger move up. Daily green dot prints, money flow crossovers, typically where you get the bigger move up, and there you go. There it is. Not too shabby. So yeah, probably going to get some turbulence up here, right? Low time frame turbulence, but for the most part, if you want Doge to go to the moon on a rocket ship, that is the level to beat. 1650. Get above it, hold it as support. That opens up the door to potentially get your move to the POC sitting around 26 cents. Until then, this is resistance until proven otherwise. Bada boom. Simple volume profile stuff. Take a look at the higher time frames. Weekly money flow. Monthly green dot printing. Come on, baby. Come on. We could smell the bulls. We could smell the bulls. Thank you, Rob. Shout out to Rob. Said pin my next comment. Appreciate you, brother. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's pin that, baby. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Where are we? Replace pinned comment. There we go. All-time highs this week. We took a poll here, guys. 37% of people think no, bull trap. I like it. I just like the critical thinking. 41% says, heck yeah, let's go. I'm emotionally on that side. Nope, sideways till 2025, 6%. Hopefully, for the love of God, that is my least favorite. No, I do not want the sideways action till 2025. That would be absolutely miserable. Let's see. Not this week, maybe next week, 16%. I like it. It's a little chopped up here. We're taking the information as it comes in, playing this up and down, like I said, in the premium Discord, as we typically do. But long term here, guys, things look pretty decent on the higher time frames, if I'm being honest. All right, let's see. All right, let's check them out. Bada boom. That is Dogecoin. I mean, this, baby. Let's check out Sheeb real quick. Sheeb is like a textbook example of the volume profiles playing out to a T. Let me see here. We have this on the live stream chart. Sheeb on Coinbase. So, yeah, I mean, just like we looked at on Dogecoin, right? Once you break above that value area low, you're looking for the POC and value area high. Now, this happened very, very, very fast on Sheeb. I'll be honest, like altcoins kind of went into their own little bear market, but I wouldn't call it a bear market, right, in the traditional sense, right? Because what is this? Let's pull up the market structure once again, right? And this is like just from a simple like standpoint. You get the change of character. You look for the lackluster pullback to put in a higher low. Did you wind up getting this on a golden pocket? Let's pull it from... Yeah, right? Like once you get the break out of this initial range, you look for those higher lows to come in. Where are they going to come in likely? Golden pocket 786. We've broken out, gotten the retracement into the golden pocket, and we even went for the 786 down to the POC. Very similar to Dogecoin. Just came down, retested the range. Can we get back up in here? I hope so, off into new all-time highs. That would be nice. And that's what a lot of the altcoins look like as far as market structure, right? Like they would be calling like for, at some point, right? Like at any point here soon, we should be able to see these things go. Anything short of a black swan, like I said. BTC going up again. Back into 70K. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's pull up Market Cipher. Let's see it. Red dot print on the 24-minute, 30-minute red dot printing. Yeah, I think the bigger pullback, if we're going to get a correction here, 4-hour red dot is going to be the thing to look at with that 15-minute money flow crossover into the red. We'll see. We still have that liquidity, still have some liquidity sitting above here. Let me see. Let me pull up where is the 1 month? Yeah, I mean, zoom in here a bit. Yeah, 70. What did we top out here at? About 70,300. Let me check. Let me just check something on Bitcoin real quick. Let me see the USDT pair. Yes, we got a bigger wick on there to 70,500. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Get a little push up here on the lower time frames though. But yeah, 4 hour. If we're gonna get a cool off, that 4 hour, 5 hour, these are gonna be the things that I'd be looking at for the pullback. Again, not a dump to zero. I'm not bearish. I'm still bullish. Just looking for a pullback, right? We have a hard job here in the Mafia, right? We don't just want to, like, it's easy. I wish I could just come up here and, like, if I was not a TA channel, right, and I was just, like, talking crypto all the time, and I was just able to be like, I'm bullish. I could have just been bullish from, like, down here, and, like, we don't have to worry about these little pullbacks, but we try to call everything, right? We try to get the move down, the move up, the move down, because we capitalize on every move. This is opportunity. This is opportunity. This is opportunity. This is opportunity. This is opportunity, right? And we could cash out and day trade these moves up and down. We just need Bitcoin to move. We don't need to wait for the bull run or a big move up, right? Sometimes if we could hold those longs for a really good amount of time, we can get those to play out nicely, but we don't need to call the big moves. We let those hit us by surprise because we can cash out. Like I said, last week, I made like $3 grand off this little push up here. I missed the short, but I didn't care because I grabbed a few $1,000 on that little push up, right? Would have been up about like $11,000 right now if I didn't get stomped out in profit here. But that's okay. I don't care, right? I don't care that I missed that move because I know if I can get a short, I can make my money there. Or if we continue up, get a little pullback, and capitalize on another long. Always another opportunity. The beautiful part of being a trader, like infinite opportunity. That doesn't mean to force every single setup, but you always have another opportunity to make some money. All right, let's see. Yeah. Shout out to Crypto Mate said alts dropped 80% since March. Definitely a bear market. Yeah, and that's like basically what we've been looking at. Taking a look at Sheep here again. When you see these alts down 80%, it's like it's definitely not a bear market for Bitcoin, right? But the altcoins got absolutely toasted. It was literally like, Sheep from that all-time high that it made in the 2024 all-time high here. I'll just grab it close. Or like 75% down. That's like a little altcoin bear market, right? And if you're not buying this thing 75% off, right? I don't own Sheep. I don't think I own that much Sheep. I might own a little bit. But I don't have, it's not one of my bigger bags. But, if I were buying Sheep, like 75% off, 80% off is I don't know if there's a better time to do it, right? So yeah, just keep that in mind with a lot of these altcoins. Those look like, yeah, we'll see. Let's take a look at this, right? So, it's nice. We're above our range. That looks pretty good. Key level of resistance until proven otherwise. We've already gotten a rejection from the value area low. This is your doorway to higher prices. DWT HP, right? Break above this. That is your ticket to get into these levels, right? Break the POC. Probably going to get a move up in there, just like we did here. And I know this is one big candle, but if you come down to a lower time frame, you will see that these value area levels were respected ridiculously. If I could go back far enough. Come on. And we can't. All right, so we're not going to go back. But you'll see, right? The value area high, like on the lower time frames, we rejected here a little bit, right? We even actually came up and then flipped this level to support before going up, right? On the lower time frames. It's hard to see here on the higher time frames. But very simply put, like look at the same thing here, right? Monthly green dot looking to print. That would be a big signal to see pop up for more upside. 6-day red dot printing, right? So again, doesn't mean instant upside. Maybe you get a little bit more consolidation here, but you are approaching these key levels. Not too shabby, right? Daily green dot printing. So yeah, I would be looking at some, kind of maybe some funny business up here, bing bong around. But once you flip that doorway to higher prices, could be fun time for Sheep. Not looking too bad. Looking for that monthly red dot as well. Weekly VWAP coming down. So again, these higher time, I've been looking at a little more higher time frame stuff on these altcoins today. So none of this stuff is instant up, right? Like weekly, 6-day, looking for a red dot. We'll see what happens. See, 10 hour. Yeah, you do kind of have this nice little local range as well, right? Little value area. Got your low sitting here at 1662. POC sitting at 1785. Value area high sitting at 1909. So yeah, maybe play around this value area a little bit, but once you break that level, guys, again, one more time. 2041. I don't know how many zeros that is, but 2041. That's your value area that you want to get above for much higher prices. Other than that, looking very similar to a lot of the other altcoins, which again aren't looking too bad. Let's see. Shout out to K Diggity, said, hey, Match, watch it with the goat hate. Oh, shout out to K Diggity. Someone hating on goats. Yikes. Goats are sacred, guys. Goats are sacred, especially here in the CandleMafia. Goat hate will not be tolerated. Actually, the mods are specially trained to take out goat haters. I'm just kidding, guys. But let's continue on. Let's see. XRP. All right, guys. Breaking news on XRP. Breaking news. Going to zero. I'm just kidding, guys. No breaking news on XRP. We actually had someone in the premium Discord in a pretty massive short position on XRP, looking for it to potentially break the POC and come down towards about 48 cents. Oh, she almost got to that 786. Guys, XRP, other than local moves, rejected the value area high. We're at the POC. We lose the POC. We're looking down to the 786 at 48 cents. Lose the 786. Looking to come down to the value area low at 45 cents. Really not much going on here for XRP. Let's check the 4 hour. Nothing really. You got the green dot, but that's not really much to write home about. Daily green dot printing. This is your better chance than any to see a move up on XRP. Again, I'm not necessarily saying this is definitely going to happen, but I will say 90-minute money flow looking to cross over into the green. If you can get that with your daily green dot printing, which is going to confirm in about 46 minutes, maybe that gives you a move up, but I'm not really seeing any super strong divergences. You do have a little daily bull div here. It's not that strong, but it could play out. Look to flip that POC at 51, 52 cents to support, and then maybe that 90-minute money flow crosses over into the green, starting the bigger move up. Right, so if I were looking for that move to happen, and again, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen with XRP. Maybe it just keeps going sideways, but that 90-minute money flow crossover into the green would be the thing to look for to start the bigger move, especially with that green dot and technical bull div. So that I'll even mark it out here. So in case we look at it again, 90-minute money flow crossover. We're going to do this in Morse code so we can actually read it. So it doesn't take up too much space. 90-minute crossover pump. So there we go. We'll see. This will remind us if we come in here tomorrow and that 90-minute gives you the pump, we'll know, hey, we were looking at that. But that's what I would look for. But other than that, in the grand scheme of things, like the lower range that you have here on XRP, this would be like kind of how I would view this because you're getting the bull div, right? Again, you don't really, I guess you have some 4-hour bull divs. Your money flow is trying to come up here on the 4-hour. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little hard, right? Because your local range, this daily bull div, this wonky daily bull div, is technically below your value area low. So the idea here would be for the 90-minute money flow crossover to happen, flip that value area low to support, and then come through this local range. But when you look at the larger range, you haven't made it out yet, right? You're just at the POC, which would make your next target really the value area low. It's hard to say. Very hard. It really depends on what Bitcoin decides to do here. But those are kind of, this all remains the same. We look at XRP almost every day. Same exact thing that I've been looking at. Those two major ranges, right? Just to give those real quick. Value area high, the larger range, is going to be 62 cents. That is your doorway to higher prices, essentially. You can see every time we wick above here, price tries to go, but we just keep getting slapped back down. So 62 cent value area high, POC 52 cents, value area low 45 cents. Local range, which is how I would be playing that long, right? Like if I were to long that, not saying there's enough confirmation for me to take it, but if that daily green dot was going to print, I would probably be looking at it in the context of this value area locally. Value area low sitting at 55 cents, POC sitting at 60 cents, and then your value area high at 62 cents, right? So I'd be looking at that as a small long, key levels of resistance, taking profit along the way. Profit at the value area low, profit at the POC, and then looking for it to get to the value area high. But I'd be careful. It's not a trade setup, right? I'm just showing you how I would manage that. Those are the two ranges that I'm looking at on XRP. So there you go. All right, let's continue on here. Bada boom, bada bing. Let me take a sip of that black coffee. Whoa, yo, hang on a second. Shout out to Golden. Gifted those Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. He gifted 100. Did I miss? Did he do those like one after another, or did I miss one of them? Shout out to Golden. We got 2 gifts of 50 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. Golden is back, baby. Dropping those memberships on the Mafia. Absolutely insane. Shout out to Golden. Drop those golden emojis. Start that golden waterfall. Not shower, guys. Not a shower. It's a golden waterfall. Drop those golden emojis in the chat if you just got a free membership. And if you didn't get a free membership, it might be because you don't have your YouTube gifting setting turned on. So if you didn't get one, you have to enable your gifting settings on YouTube. So I don't know where they are. That's all I can really say. But you got to go find them. And shout out to everybody who just got a membership. And shout out to Golden, bro. You are insane, bro. You have done so much for this channel, bro. Shout out to Golden. Thank you so much. One of the most generous people we've ever seen out here. Not only giving back to the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, but also giving back to the Mafia. We appreciate you so much, bro. Spam those golden emojis. Let's see that chat rate rip up to 500. We're at an 82 chat right now, guys. Spam it up for Golden, baby. Spam it up. Golden emojis in the chat. If you don't have a golden emoji, drop the candle emoji if you appreciate this live stream. And our boy Golden, who literally just throws money in the air for the Mafia. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. Mrs. Candles is going to kill me. At first, the Tia jokes about taking Tia out to dinner, and now she's going to come in here and be like, you got to pick the money up. You have no respect, Frankie. You have no respect. It's for the Mafia, Mrs. Candles. It's for the Mafia. There we go. Spam those emojis, guys. Let's go. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Drop the love for Golden, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at our next altcoin while you guys show some love. And we're going to take a look at Ondo here. Bada boom. I think I got Ondo here. Bada boom, right? And again, let's take a look here. Very similar setup to a lot of these altcoins. Lower range, right? In the long term, you break out here. Very similar to Sheeb, like I just showed, right? I won't pull it up, but you guys get it, right? You break out of that range, flip this to support, value area low, sitting at about $1 for Ondo. That opens up the doorway to fill your value area in full, right? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So that's kind of long-term analysis, right? We do have our daily VWAP on its way up. Let's check those low time frames. Let's see here. 2-hour bull div. Not really giving you too much here just yet. Let's check the 4-hour. 4-hour bull div potentially looking to print. Let's take a look at our range here, right? As you get down to the value area low, this is not where we get overly bearish, right? Come down to the lows. Even if we swing the low to the downside a little bit, we can look to reclaim the value area low, go to the POC, go to the value area high. This could be, in my opinion, right? This could be key support, right? And let's see here. Let me check these. Yeah, so we got the golden pocket. I will say this. If you don't get the bounce, right, from here, I mean, again, 4-hour bull div, if you print that 4-hour bull div, we could potentially get that push up. And just naturally, I'd be looking up towards that POC and then the value area high. Simple volume profile stuff here. Let's go ahead and boom. Yeah, that is that's kind of what I'd look at. Value area low sitting at 65 cents. POC sitting at 71 cents. Value area high sitting at 79 cents. I'd love to see that bull div on the 4-hour print. Now, the one thing I don't love is the money flow. Money flow is kind of coming straight out here on the 4-hour. I don't really like that. But the bull div may be nice. If you slip the lows, right? If we do break down here and we get the bigger drop to the downside, 786 sitting at 59 cents. I'd like to see that hold. I would like to see that hold. Now, locally, let me pull this more local fib. Yeah, we're kind of losing that 786. So, yeah, if we slip the low here, just because you have a 4-hour bull div here, it's not really like you have a beautiful, beautiful money flow wave. 2-hour looking to come up. Let me see here. What's the 16-hour red dot? Daily green. What's that 90-minute money flow look like? It's a little wonky. It's a little wonky. I will be honest. It's not beautiful confirmation. But yeah, your 2-hour money flow trying to come up. 3-hour money flow is kind of You're getting the bull div here. So, I mean, you're at support. If you slipped a low, I'd look down towards that 786 at, once again, come on. 59 cents, right? So we slipped a low. You could go from the golden pocket, which we've now tapped a few times, down to that 786. I would not want to lose that 786. So maybe if you don't get the bounce here, right, back up to the highs, we could look for one more drop down, and then you could look for higher time frame bull divs, in my opinion. I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see if you can hold support here potentially. We'll see what these bull divs give us. That 4-hour bull div prints, maybe that could give us the move up. 15-minute money flow crossover into the green would be a nice addition to that. Shout out to Trond, says, yo, what is going on, bro? Let's see. Tyler Durden says 59 cents. Shout out to Tyler Durden. 59 cents. Don't say it ain't so, Frankie. Say it ain't so. All right, let's see. BRB VPN switch. Shout out to Golden, bro. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to TY said timing of the breakout to be determined, but accumulating Ondo here for sure is my move. Yeah, shout out to TY. Yeah, I mean, just looking at that larger kind of, again, don't have to catch, if you're not out there trading, right, like day trading, scalping, right, for me, that's accumulation for me. We dip down to the 786. I will buy a little bit more lower, right, hoping we can gear up here for our next bull run. Unless we get some kind of crazy black swan and everything goes to zero. Anything is possible, guys. Just like any exchange, guys. Obviously, we have a lot of exchanges that we like to work with. But, regardless of what exchange you're using, right, FTX went down, right? This is the huge celebrity endorsements in the U.S., right? Like, huge exchange goes down. Just like a public service announcement, guys. Never keep all your money in one place. Never keep your money on one exchange. Never keep your money all in one place, right? You want to diversify. Just like you diversify your bags, you have to diversify where you keep your money, right? You don't want to have all your money on, even Coinbase, right? I think Coinbase has obviously a little bit more trusted than, some random exchange you might find on, some forum. But, be careful, right? Like FTX, no one thought FTX would go down, right? So just keep that in mind. If one exchange goes down, you don't want to lose your whole life savings. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Checking back in on good old Bitcoin. Just kind of wiggling around here. 90-minute red dot. Let's check that. 4-hour red dot's really what I'd like to see. But yeah. All right, let's continue on here and check out Ordi, or Artie, as some people like to say. I'm kidding. I don't think anybody says that. Let me take a sip of this black coffee, guys. Shout out to the CandleMafia, guys. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here with us. Don't be like Tom Brady, guys. Tom Brady got liquidated. Yeah. Shout out. So here's one thing with Coinbase, right? And this is no hate for Coinbase, obviously, but this is just very common, right? Price moves, especially on panic dumps, right? Oftentimes they will go down. Like Coinbase will oftentimes go down. I can't tell you how many times. Honestly, it's kind of saved me in the past. Like a while ago, when I wasn't used to the volatility of crypto, I'd see a huge crash. I get locked out of Coinbase because they'd be having like network problems, or like I guess they would just get the servers would crash, and they've actually saved me from panic selling before by doing that, right? It's like by the time it gets back up and I'm like panicking, I would be able to get back into my account, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, we're getting a pretty nice bounce. So thank God I didn't get in. Thanks for locking me out. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Shout out to Div X-Ray. He says, let's go, all-time high. I am up. Let's go. Shout out to Div X-Ray. Let's go, bro. Congratulations. Hopefully we can continue the pump. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah. Shout out to Dylan. Says, yeah, they said it was going down for maintenance. Maintenance wasn't like it was random. Yeah. No, but that will happen. When things go crazy, it won't even be like down for maintenance. It'll just like, I guess their servers get overloaded. I don't know. I'm not a computer guy. I mean, I guess I am a computer guy, but I don't know how all that works. But yeah, I guess their servers get overloaded and stuff, and you can't get on. But yeah, I think it was just scheduled maintenance on Saturday. All right, let's continue on here, guys. Taking a look at Ordi. I don't think we actually don't look at Ordi very often. We actually haven't looked at it in quite a bit, if these are the volume profiles we were looking at. So, yeah, I mean, these are pretty much already played kind of old news, so we can actually get rid of that because now we could probably just do what we've done here the whole time, which is just pull the larger ranges. Now, on Ordi, you kind of have yeah, like this would probably be the major range I would look at from the top here in 2024, right? And again, you know, 78 to 80% dump. You know, are we just going to just get like I mean, could we go down 85, 90%? Maybe in a black swan or something. But, you know, it's kind of the same thing here, right? You kind of have upper range sitting between, let's call it 48.02, POC sitting at 52.89, value area high at 73.15. Here's your lower range. And then you kind of have this wonked out price action here. But for the most part, let's check that weekly. Oh, God. That does not look like a great wave. Okay, no blood diamond. But you have the weekly red dot. 6-day red dot confirmed. Let's pull up the daily. Daily's got your green dot printing. Okay, so, you know, maybe, you know, it doesn't mean that we're, you know, guaranteed to just break out right now. Same thing with TIA, right? We looked at TIA when it was up at the value area high. We don't think it's going to break out immediately. But again, like this is like a pretty decent zone, in my opinion, to be looking for, you know, accumulation, right? Not, I almost said consolidation. It is consolidation. But yeah, I mean, this is not looking too bad, right? Break out above this range, looking to get above this key level. Doorway to higher prices, the bigger doorway to higher prices is going to be 48 cents. Get above there, looking at the POC at 53 cents. Flip that, could be looking up towards 75 cents. And, you know, an average entry down here would get you like 116% to that value area high. So, yeah. Now, locally, you know, for me personally, I like to get in at the value area lows. There's no saying. Let's see, green dot on the daily. 90 minutes starting to cross over into the green. Can you get the bigger move up here? We've tested the POC. Went for like a fake out here. Tested the POC. Could we potentially get the... oh, my God. Shout out to Golden. Another 50 Frankie Candles membership gifted. Unbelievable. Shout out to Golden, bro. Unbelievable. Golden is raining on everyone's faces. Yo, shout out to Tony Roaz. Oh my God! And he's talking about the golden waterfall. Oh my God! We're gonna have to change the name of that. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Golden, bro. Thank you so much. Shout out to the Mafia. If you just got a membership, guys, drop that golden emoji in the chat. If you don't have it, drop a candle in the chat so you can hopefully get one next time. Unbelievable, best guy. Shout out to Thomas. I would agree with that. I would absolutely agree with that. Shout out to Laney Casey. Laney Casey. Thank you for that super chat. Said APT, please. I'll try to take a quick look at that for you. No problem, Laney. I got you. But yeah, shout out to Golden, guys. Drop those emojis in the chat for our boy, man. Unbelievable. Golden is probably sitting on a throne somewhere. I always picture him like in a solid gold something. Solid gold helicopter, solid gold house. I don't know. Golden's out there, though. Golden's out there, let me tell you. But yeah. Yo, shout out to It's a Phobic. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Said, we need a healthy pullback, Frank. Yeah, shout out to It's a Phobic. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for here at this key level. We'll have to see. Shout out to Istophobic. I agree, bro. I agree. We do have some levels, right? We do have some things. So I'll go over this in a second. Before we sign off, I'll give you like a little last update on the price action here on Bitcoin. But on Ordis, yo, Golden, bro, seriously, bro, thank you so much. You're out of control, bro. Oh, God, thank you so much, man. But let's see here. Locally, you know, if you hold this POC, 2-day VWAP coming up, it doesn't look that bad, to be honest. 4-hour, no bull div here, really, but you're getting the green dot. 15-minute money flow kind of wonky. Not something I'm seeing a direct setup on, but, you know, it's very similar. You know, I'd be looking to accumulate Ordi in this range here. But you break above this value area, pulling up your VPVR. You know, you do have some levels up here. Once you're I would say it could be a wonky grind, to be honest, until you get up here. And then, I don't know, you kind of have a lot of this wonky price. Like, it might just be a slow grind here. It's really not until you start, come on, volume. Yeah, it's really not until you start getting above these highs here at about 44 cents where you get a little fall off in volume. But even then you're hitting the value area low. So, yeah, I mean, this would definitely be what I'm looking at as far as levels. If you guys want to screenshot those, I'll mark them off for you. Value area low, POC value area high. No direct setup for me. If I were looking for a long on this thing, I'd probably want to be looking down here, right, rather than just kind of wonkily in the middle of the range. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at here on Ordi. Long term, though, I don't know. Weekly red dot's a little interesting to me. That's also a trigger wave, but there's not a lot of information on these higher time frames for Ordi. So take that with a grain of salt. But we'll see. These are definitely the levels I'd be looking at, and this is definitely your doorway to higher prices, 48 cents, in my own personal opinion. Shout out to Jonah Plainclothes. Good to see you in here, bro. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. Yo, let's go. TY says, BTC 1 minute candle. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's take a look at APT. Let's see here about a moment. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so let's take a look at Aptos. Let me pull up the actual. Maybe we got the Binance chart. Do we have a running chart on APT? Maybe we don't. This is old. All right, so I'll take a look at the. We'll take a look at the Coinbase chart. Now APT is a little bit weirder, right? Like we don't have that kind of beautiful structure where you got like the. It's a little bit wonky here. It's not like you have like the typical like nice upper value area with a dump and then an accumulation range, right? Auction market theory. Once you break out of here, you're looking to go up in there. That's the whole idea behind that kind of setup. But yeah, Aptos doesn't really have that, to be quite honest. You could look at this as maybe a value area, but it's not as clean. You can see a little value area here, and you had a little value area here, right? So you could say, hey, once we break out of here, maybe we come play out in this range, which basically is what you saw happen, right? Low, POC high, right? That's almost exactly what you see happen, right? And those levels are respected pretty nicely. But that's old news, right? That's not really useful here. I mean, although that is basically the range that you're playing around in. But until, yeah, kind of hard to find these. Pull up the VPVR in a second. But yeah, okay, so we got the, okay, so now we could start to like kind of draw a picture here. So yeah, we just hit this full golden pocket retracement from the high to the low. So once you start getting out of this volume profile, flip this golden pocket to support, look for move up into that 786. That would kind of be the next target to the upside, in my opinion. If you flip that golden pocket, a little bit of a fall off in volume to about 1344. But again, to be quite honest, I mean, this is a little bit harder to read. It's not as clean of a chart, to be quite honest with you. So, you know, low time frame, this would kind of be the profiles that I would look at. Yeah, man, shout out to Laney. I apologize. It's a little bit harder to read. It's a tough chart. But you have your value area here between $7.44 and $6. And then this is your local range between $8.47 and $9.61 with your POC sitting at $9.10. So maybe we just kind of respect this range here moving forward. But once you break out, break that golden pocket, that's where I'd look for the bigger target of the 786 sitting at 14 cents. Hard to make this confluent with a volume profile because you just quick move up or quick move down oftentimes leads to a quick move up. So let's pull that volume profile, that VPVR up quick again. Yeah, so you do have a little bit of like a gap in volume here. So yeah, like you break these highs, look for a quick move. To make it simple, break these highs, look for a move up into the 13 to 14 cent zone. So I would mark this out as a zone. Between this 786 and this high volume node, this would be kind of what I would look at. Break the golden pocket, break into the low volume gap, look for that to come in. But again, this is a little bit harder of a chart to read here. But that's what I'd be looking at on APT. Local range, what I just went over. 8-hour money flow crossing over into the red. If you break down, very simply put, you just look at your lower range, right? Which I went over already. And you could grab these levels. If you want to screenshot them, Laney, you can go ahead and grab them and put them on your chart. So there you go. That's kind of, so bigger pullback, that's your macro support. If you get the breakout, look to break above here and look up to about, 1333 up to about 1413. So yeah, there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on ATP. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Golden. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Said that second POC, third, fourth, etc. on the volume profile 1 month I talked about in the premium live stream slaps with the fib when you check it. I'm just saying, thanks for my sauce. Shout out to Golden, baby. Out there taking advantage of the sauce that we're teaching here on the live. I almost said the premium live stream. Making some money with us. So shout out to Golden, bro. Thank you so much for everything you do here. You gifting back to the Mafia and the channel in general. We really do appreciate you more than you probably think, bro. So thank you so much. Eric says, do you think Bitcoin versus Cardano bridge is bullish for ADA? Shout out to Eric. I'll be honest with you, bro. It could be. I am not a big. I am more a trade the charts guy, right? So, really, the way I look at it, I talk about this all the time. If I'm looking for a long on anything, or I'm looking for something to go up, sure, news does have something to do with it, right? We just saw that happen with ApeCoin. Where we saw a big pump off of their news. But, typically, when I see big moves up, like I am typically looking for longs based off something technical, and then whatever the news winds up being that causes the pump, it winds up coming after we look for the long anyway. So I would just generally look at the Cardano chart for a long position. But maybe we'll take a look. I don't know. We're not going to have time to look at Cardano today, but we'll probably take a look at it tomorrow. We haven't checked in on Cardano in a while just because it's been getting slapped. But we will take a look at it. And let's see, shout out to Ty. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, great show tonight. Can you do quick TA on Pro? Looks bearish AF, but love the RWA project. Golden, you a legend. Shout out to TY showing Golden some love. But let's see here. Pro. Proppy. Yeah, Proppy is actually, I like the idea of Proppy a lot. I don't know a ton. I believe this is what you're looking for. Yeah, I actually really like the idea of Proppy. I don't know a ton about the project, to be quite honest with you, like team members, all that kind of stuff. I'm like super informed on it, but I do like it. I'll be honest, it's a hard chart to chart, just because. Yeah, like this price action is extremely excellent. Now I do not own this. It's extremely hard to chart something like this just because of the. I mean, like your daily money flow has been in the red for 158 days. Like this is kind of brutal. But and it's just kind of been grinding down. So, but what you can look at this, like it's not clean at all. But you do kind of have the same idea, right? If Proppy's not a scam, right? If this thing's not going to go to zero or anything like that, I would probably be doing something very similar that I'm doing with a lot of the other altcoins, right? And it's just looking at the overall like larger volume profiles, right? So, I'll pull this. So your major level that you would want to make it back up to, in my opinion, is going to be about $2, right? Macro value area low, maybe even pull this a little bit higher up, right? Yeah, maybe even, yeah, like I would keep these both in mind, right? Like $2 would be key, right? And then you have another key level, which is going to be the smaller value area low, right? So I'll actually just pull this one, and then I'll also pull this one, right? So it's kind of like two volume profiles. You can kind of turn them on and off as you please. But I'm not going to mark up the whole thing because I don't want to make it all messy. But for the most part, right, like let's pull up the VPVR real quick. Bada boom. Smash that like button, guys, if you're finding any value in this live stream. I appreciate everybody for smashing it. We're at 582, baby. Let's go for 850. I think we can do it. On the count of three, guys. Smash that like button. We're at 582. I think we can run it up to at least 750 in one kind of like spam. We have 952 people. I think we have enough people in here to get it up to 750 at least. On the count of three, everybody hit it at the same exact time. Very important because we want to glitch it out from 580 right to 750 with no steps. And it's going to happen in 3, 2, 1. Smash that like button right now. Let's get it. Shout out to the Mafia. Let's see. Okay, so let's continue on here really quick. While you guys smash that like button, we're going for 750. If we break out here, right, get above this value area high, really this shelf of volume at about $1.45 is, in my opinion, the doorway to higher prices because that's where your real volume gap pops in. Flip that to support. I'd look for a quicker move up. Quick move down oftentimes leads to a quick move up. Break above that key value area low. Look to come into the POC. Flip the POC. Look to come into that value area high number 1 at 303. Value area high number 2 at 345. But those are the kind of the two ranges that I would look at and the context I would use. But again, like based off like money flow and stuff like that, this is very hard to read based off of the choppy nature of the actual price action. But that's what I would look at as far as volume and volume profiles. And yeah, other than that, green dot printing on your daily. 90-minute money flow maybe coming up soon, but we'll have to see. We don't really have a lot of information here on the higher time frames, but I do like the idea of Proppy as a project, so we'll see. Actually, I might pick some of this up. So yeah, with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for sticking around here as my chair starts to sink down. By the way, guys, when I saw ADD Dad out in the wild yesterday, and I will say once again, the most common comment I get when I meet people in real life is, "Dang man, I didn't think you were that tall." I'm 6 foot. He told me I'm over 6 foot. But and I'm not being like I'm not like being sarcastic or like trying to make a joke. He's 6'3", and he's like, "Dude, you are over 6 feet." I just say I'm 6 feet because I don't really measure myself that often. So, but he goes, "Man, I thought you were way taller." I'm like, "Man, why does everybody think I'm so short?" And then I realized that like throughout my live streams, my chair just sinks down, and I probably look like a little kid at the dinner table. So yeah, the chair hurt my ego out there. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But well, that all is true. But yeah, shout out to Golden Bro. Thank you for the super chat. He said, "Show me the charts. I will tell you the news. Frankie Candles, the Don of the Candle Mafia, taught me how to stop making noob mistakes." Shout out to Golden Bro. That is why I do this. It's messages and DMs and super chats and regular chats just like that keep us coming here every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, updating you guys with the market updates, keeping us in the Discord, even if it's 1:30 in the morning. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, shout out to Tron. Said, "Thank you, Frankie. No problem, bro." Thank you guys all for tuning in. Again, just be careful of the signals that we're seeing here. Look for those bearish divergences. We'll see if we can get a little pullback here. But for the most part, even if we pull back, we'll see if we can eventually get that push up to, push up to all-time highs soon. We have that liquidity sitting above, but again, not getting overly hyped, just at the green candle. But hopefully we can just continue up, guys. But that's all the time I got for today's live stream. If you missed the Bitcoin analysis, just scrub to the beginning of the stream. You'll see us looking at the value area high and then seeing it get hit live, and then you'll see the analysis of how I'm kind of handling price action up there. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time. If anything crazy happens, I'll drop a market update, or maybe we'll go live in the morning. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in mine, yeah.
I swear, Celestia. It's an altcoin. It was a joke. It's not a No, it's literally an altcoin. It was a joke. Hey Mafia, she is pissed. Well, anyway, guys, if you don't hear from me tomorrow, please, for the love of God, send help. But yeah, I gotta go deal with that. I'll talk to you guys later. I gotta go. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go. top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal